Today we're going to unveil the national policy on non-state school in Nigeria with its implementation guideline that will help guide how this non-state school operates within the country, from registration to teaching and use of curriculum and monitoring the efficacy of the instruction they are given by children. I hereby unveil the national, please join me, everybody put your hands, unveil the national policy on non-state school in Nigeria. This policy is a crucial step towards realizing President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's renewed agenda, which prioritizes education as a key driver of national development. The National Education Sector Renewal Initiative provides a framework for reforming our education sector. The President's Renewed Hope agenda and necessary initiative, which prioritize these following areas: implementing reforms to improve access, quality, and accountability in our educational sector, leveraging technology, public-private partnership, and innovative approaches to drive education development, promoting inclusivity and equity in education, ensuring that every child has access to quality education, regardless of their background or location. This policy on non-state school is a key component of that initiative. By harnessing the potential of non-state schools, we can increase access to quality education, improve learning outcomes, and promote economic growth. The policy outlines clear guidelines for non-state schools, including standards for infrastructure, teacher quality, and curriculum delivery. It also provides a framework for collaboration between non-state schools and the government, ensuring that we can work together to achieve our education goal. Some of the key focus of this policy also include quality assurance, ensuring that non-state schools meet minimum standard for infrastructure, teacher quality, and curriculum delivery. Accountability, holding non-state schools accountable for their performance and ensuring that they are transparent in their operations. Equity and inclusion, promoting inclusivity and equity in non-state schools, ensuring that every child has access to quality education regardless of their background or location. You can see the data that was presented today, why today is extremely important. Between 2017 and 2022, there was about 39% growth in non-state school. Between 35 to 39% growth in the non-state school in the areas of primary and GSS. For primary school, government public school only grew by about 3.5%. And for junior secondary school, it grew by about 6.3%. And let me tell you, this will continue in the long foreseeable future. As our population continues to grow, we expect the non-state school to play this, to fill in the gap. But then, as you're filling the gap, we want to hold you more accountable. But as government holds you more accountable, we also provide several incentives to you to do this. And some of the things we're doing now as a government is that we are engaged, we have ongoing discussion today with members of the private non-state school association on how we can actually utilize your utilized capacity in your schools for us to reduce the burden of our out-of-school children. We already set up a committee that is working on that. Government is doing the work to provide indirect reimbursement to private school. for every out-of-school child that you're able to bring. And we're working assiduously and very fervently and urgently to get this program implemented by the next school session of the September, that will start in September, the 2025 and 2026 school session. So please, as we push you to come to the table to get the agreement finalized, please, we don't have that much time. The other thing we're doing in a determination to engage the private school, the non-state school association, we've set up a hyper ministerial group that is headed by myself and the Minister of State. We have a technical working group that we're mapping out how we can continue to deepen our collaboration to open more areas of relationship that the government can partner with you. We sit together on the same table to talk. We hear your pains and what you think the government should do for you. And that was deliberately done so that I can hear you and you can hear us so that we can continue to move this partnership forward. This is one time we know your importance in helping to ensure every child in this country gets the highest quality of education based on the mandate of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. We have a president today that believes so much in human capital development. And when you talk about human capital development, education is at the center of it all. The other thing we've done, UBEC is also at the UBEC level, Universal Basic Education level. We're also going to do direct grant to support Early Child Care Development Center, privately owned Early Child Development Center. We will give you something like voucher to support children that are going to those schools. We've also put in that as part of the matching grant for the states. Then have a percentage that is dedicated for them to support private schools, private early child care development centers in their various states. So please, we need you to meet with all the suburbs, the state that you work, meet with their suburb, the new matching grant guideline that is being used now as a percentage for the subnational government to support private early child care development centers, and that they will pay per child for those schools. We're doing this to help get more funding to your schools, and as we do that, with the hope of you using those funds to improve on the infrastructures and our teachers that have teacher registration, that are registered with the Teacher Registration Council of Nigeria. We want all your teachers to have a TRCN number. That is why we can regulate and control the quality of instruction you're giving those children at schools. We also are working with a full-blown private partner, a public-private partnership, where we would find a way to outsource, to give concession of some of our schools. We're going to do that with some of our federal unity colleges. We want private sectors to come in. We have one that we're working on now. Once that we get that finished in the next few months, we're going to do a public request for RFP, request for proposal, where we want to bring you in to come and manage, to concession some of our federal unity colleges to do. That we will do. Some people in the ministry might not be happy about it, but we will do that. You've shown that you can operate these schools very well. But now, what we now want to do as a government, you filled in a lot of gap for us. We now need better regulation to regulate your activities better so that you can deliver a higher quality education to our children. So, and I'm going to address what the plain representative just said about data. Now we're going in the next few days. Today, this afternoon, I'm meeting with all the commissioners from the entire 36 states and the FCT and the mandate secretary for FCT. We're going to talk about a new portal, the EMIS portal, the NEMIS portal. It's all digitalized now, being used in 11 states. We want to roll it out to all the 36 states and FCT. That's part of my conversation with them this afternoon. But we've taken care of that problem now. We now separate the private school to the registered and the unregistered, so that at least we can begin to capture all the data. And when you capture this data, like what our president would say all the time, if you don't have data, you're flying blind. And when you fly blind, what happens? You don't know what you're doing. We want to stop that. We put a stop with our Nigeria Education Data Initiative. We've moved quickly to come now to this point that we now have clear data gathering process. Our EBIS platform now is now on cloud, thanks to UNICEF. We now have that in 11 states. This data will now be guided. We're moving away from the manualized, paper-based annual school census. By this year, by the collection of the annual school census of this year, every single state will collect that data in a digital form. They will do it on cloud, and so that we can have clear reporting of this data. We've also given state suburb, we've also included in the state matching grant a certain percentage for them to support digitalized data gathering. So we are focusing and we're placing so much emphasis on data collection, because that's how we can begin our process. If we have clear data, we can plan well, we can intervene and monitor our outcome. And that's what we're going to be doing going forward in our education sector. And the federal government is leading the charge on that as well. So by working together, we can ensure that our education sector is equipped to drive national development and provide opportunities for all Nigeria. I urge all stakeholders to support the implementation of this policy and to work towards creating a future where every Nigerian child has access to quality and durable education. Thank you for all the hard work that you continue to do. Thank you for listening, and God bless the federal government of Nigeria.